Okay. So Anmol, can you start with the prayers?
Sure, Mataji. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashilakaya Chakshurunamitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pakyatyadisatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you so much, Anmol. That was beautiful. So can we have everyone chant the verses that they have learned or they remember? But before that, can we first have someone do Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam?
Okay. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarva Lokamahetvaram Savedam Sarva Bhotaram Jnananam Nandi Rajyate.
Very good, Vrinda. Very good. Anmol, would you like to try yours?
Mataji, did we started today class early?
7:40, no? 7:42. 7:42, Mataji. Yes, Anmol.
Okay, do 5.18, please.
Mm-hmm.
Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmane Gavihasani Suni Jaiva Svapake Cha Pandita Samadarshina.
Very good. Thank you so much. And Sai Vedas. Sai Vedas? Are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Can I do Prabhupada Dosha?
Yes, please.
Karpanyadosho Bhavata Svabhava Rashyami Tvam Dharma Samodacheta Yashreyasmanichitam Pruidanme Shishyaste Hamsani Mam Tvam Prapannam.
Very nice, Sai Vedas. Thank you so much. Asura, would you like to try a verse?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I do Vidya Vinaya Sampanne?
Yes.
Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahma Gavahastani Suni
Chaiva Shvabhake.
Echa Pandita Samadarshina.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. And who else is there? Oops. Who else is there? Okay. That's good. Okay. So let's go to today's verse. Today we'll be moving on to the next chapter, which is the 6th chapter. And it's called as Dhyana Yoga. So we have done 5 chapters so far, and you will soon be having your exam on it. Today we are entering the 6th chapter. So please repeat after me. This is Bhagavad Gita, verse number 6:17. Yuktahara viharasya.
Yuktara Varirasya.
Yuktahara viharasya.
Yuktahara Viharasya.
Yuktahara viharasya.
Yuktahara Viharasta.
Yuktacheshtasya karmashu.
Yuktachetasya Karmashu.
Yuktacheshtasya karmasu.
Yuktachetasya Karmashu.
Yuktacheshtasya karmasu.
Yuktachetasya Karmashu.
Yuktasvapnavabodhasya.
Yuktasvapnaha bodhasya.
युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य
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 योगो भवति दुःखः
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 Very nice. Okay. युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः
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 All together. युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः
युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः
So let's go through some important words. Yukta means regulated. Okay, see, how many times do you see the word yukta in the verse? Can someone tell me?
Two.
Okay.
No, two cousins. Two, three times. Three.
Okay, good. So we have yukta that is being mentioned thrice, and you see it in the beginning of the verse itself. So you can understand that this verse is all about regulation, right? Because the word yukta means regulator. So it's all about regulation. What all has to be regulated in our life is being discussed in this word, in this verse. Now what is ahara? Can anyone say?
Body.
Okay.
You tell me. Food.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Ahara is food. Okay. So ahara is food, and eating is called here in this context. Eating is ahara. Okay? To eat, basically ahara means. Vihar. Anyone knows what is vihar?
Vacation.
Yeah, it's a place of vacation. It's a place of enjoyment. So vihar means it's recreation or just enjoyment, a place where you can go and enjoy. Like for example, you have Ananda Vihar. You might have heard these names. In many resorts are called as vihar. So these are places of enjoyment, basically recreation. And karma. Can anyone tell me what is karma?
Karma.
Anmol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Asha.
Yes, Asra.
Karma is like duties and how reactions.
Actions, duty, very nice. Yeah. Yes. Swapna.
Dream.
Sleep.
Dream.
Okay, dream. Yes. Swapna. Like when you have a dream, you say I had a swapna. So swapna is dream. And dukkha, I think this is very common. Anyone wants to try?
Misery.
Misery. Okay, very nice. Yes. Dukkha means pain or misery. Yes, correct. So, overall we can see what this verse is trying to talk about. You see the word yukta repeated thrice, so definitely it's something about regulation. And you see words like ahara niyama, like eating, and then you see vihara, enjoyment, recreation. You see karma, which is work. So you see about sleep. You see something about swapna. So there is something about sleep. Avabodhasya means to keep awake. So swapna is at the sleeping state when you're dreaming, and avabodha means to be awake. Okay, they're opposites. So you see very much that this verse is just talking about regulation of different activities in our day-to-day life. So let's go through the translation. Please repeat after me. He who is regulated.
He who is regulated.
In his habits of eating.
In his habits of eating.
Sleeping. Recreation and work.
Recreation and work.
Can mitigate all material pains.
Can mitigate all material pains.
By practicing the yoga system.
By practicing the yoga system.
Very nice. So this verse is saying one who's regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Okay, yoga means, anyone knows what is yoga?
It's like meditation.
Yes. The generic name of the generic meaning of the word yoga. Yes, yoga is meditation. That is correct. But what do you think is the generic meaning?
The connection with God.
Yes, correct. That is right. So basically, it's connecting with God, connection with God, to unite with God. That is called as yoga. And of course, specifically, meditation is also called as yoga today. That's nice. So basically, yoga in the general sense means to unite with God or to connect with God. Okay. So a person, who can be very good in the system of yoga? A person who's regulated in his habits, who's regulated in his habits of eating, regulated in his habits of sleeping, recreation, and doing work. Such a person can get rid of all the pains of this world and he can practice yoga very nicely. We saw in our previous session about the peace formula, right? So what are the 3 important things that the verse said in our previous session? Bhoktaram yajna tapasam, can someone say?
Can you repeat that, Mataji?
So in our previous session, we saw the peace formula, right? So Krishna explains that when one remembers Krishna to be 3 things, he actually attains peace. So in the verse, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, what were the 3 things that Krishna is about? I mean, what is Krishna described as? The 3 things that he is described as. Okay, let's do it like this. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasa, what is that?
The beneficiary
of all? Yajna and tapas. What is yajna?
Yajna, sacrifice.
And tapas?
Penance.
Yes. Then, that is the first part. Sarvaloka Maheshwara means?
He's the Lord of all the universe and everything.
Yes. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalokam. Suhradam Sarvabhutanam. Suhradam Sarvabhuta means?
He's the benefactor and well-wisher of everybody.
Very nice. So therefore, since he is all these 3, he is also the supreme knower of everyone and everything. He is omniscient. He knows everyone. Okay? So when one understands this, that Krishna is everything, his mind will be at peace. Now, for a person to be perfect in yoga, it is not enough if he just has peace. He needs something else as well. He needs a good health to practice yoga, right? So what is the principle behind good health? So that the shloka is talking about. It's called as the health shloka. Okay? And it's also the very basic principle of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the medical science of traditional Vedic India. So the principle behind good health in Ayurveda is actually regulation in everything that you do, especially eating and sleeping. If you're very well regulated in eating, sleeping, recreation, which is also, taking a break, having fun, doing things you like, and work, all the responsibilities that you have taken up. If you are regulated in these 4 actions, then you will be really healthy. That is what this verse is saying. And because you're going to be healthy, you'll be able to perform yoga very nicely. You'll be able to connect with God very nicely. So we are going to get into this verse. We are going to magnify it and see what it really means. Okay. So now when you look at these pictures, you get a sense of what's happening here. You see the first picture, this person has eaten a lot. He's eaten a lot, and especially he's eaten a lot of sweets like most of us do. So tell me, what do you think would be the side effect of eating too much?
You will gain too much weight.
Yeah, you will gain too much weight. That is right. Anything else?
You could get diabetes.
Yes, you get diseases. What's that?
Stomach upset.
Oh yeah, stomach upset. Good point. Yeah, you get diabetes, you get stomach upset, and what else? How do you feel? You feel lousy? You feel lazy?
You feel nauseous?
Yeah, you feel nauseous. That's right. Yeah. So there are so many side effects of overeating. And because you're overeating, really, when you have all these problems, do you think you'll be able to concentrate on Krishna? Can you do your chanting well? Can you read well? What do you think? Is it going to be easy? No.
No.
It's not going to be easy. Yeah. You'll be only worried about when is this going to feel all right? When is my tongue going to feel all right? Yes. So when you overeat, there is a problem. When you don't eat at all, how do you feel? You feel good?
No.
No, you don't feel good. So you must have some sense of regulation in your food habits. That makes you a normal person, and you will be able to practice whatever you have to do, like not only Krishna consciousness, even for a mundane lifestyle, it is very important for us to eat regularly and eat sufficiently, not overeat, not eat too less. Okay. Now, this picture, this is about sleeping. When you sleep a lot, when you sleep like 10 hours, 15 hours, when you keep sleeping all the time, what do you think happens to you? How do you feel after like 10, 12 hours of sleep? How do you feel?
Refreshed.
When you oversleep? Huh? You feel?
Lazy.
Yeah, you feel lazy. That's right. Yeah, you just feel so lazy, and you're like, I don't want to do anything. It's not a very active lifestyle to sleep too long. Yes, you should sleep and you should feel rested. You should sleep sufficient amount of time, and you should feel rested. But when you overdo it, it's not a good feeling. No, it makes you feel very lazy. And when you have a lot of commitment, when you have a lot of work, when you have to go to school, when there are so many things going on in your life, if you're playing all the time, if you're having recreation and fun and vacation all the time, obviously the rest of your life is going to suffer. You'll not be able to complete your schoolwork, you will not be able to complete your assignments, nothing will be possible. So recreation should also be limited. It should be there to refresh your mind and your body, that is nice, but it should not go to such an extent that it overtakes the work that you have to do. And have you seen your fathers getting overworked? Too much load on their work? Have you seen this happen any time?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Some dads are workaholics, right? They keep working, and they too, they are going to feel very lousy. They keep working all day in and day out. They don't have rest, they don't have sleep, they don't have recreation. They're going to feel lousy. They're not going to be happy. They're going to shout at you all the time. So this is what happens to us. When we overdo something, or when we don't do it at all, like you don't eat, you don't sleep, you don't take a break, you don't go out, you don't go play, you don't work. When you do it in both extremes, when you do it too much or you do it too less, there is always a problem. It has to be regulated. Everything, there should be a balance in all the activities that we do. Eating should be balanced, sleeping should be balanced, work should be balanced, and recreation, enjoyment, all this should also be there in life. You should take a break, you should go out, you should play out in the sun. These days it's all about video games. No, you should go out and play. Have an active sport. When you do that, you feel good, you feel refreshed. Okay? So, Why is this so important for us to regulate our lives? Okay, let's look into it a little more deeply. How many of you have gone to the beach?
Me.
Okay. So when you pick sand in your hand, dry sand, not the wet one, when you pick dry sand in your hand and you try to hold it, okay? Just imagine you have picked a handful of sand and you're trying to hold it. If you hold it too loose, like that, like how this man is holding it here, what's happening to the sand? The sand is free flowing. Huh?
The sand will go out of your hand.
Yeah, it will go out of your hand. It's going to fall down. Now imagine if you have a handful of sand and you're trying to grip onto it very tightly, very, very tight. What do you think will happen?
Some sand will still fall out.
Yeah, because your grip is so tight, the sand will just fall down from your hand. But if you take a handful of sand and hold it at the right pressure, okay, you're not putting too much pressure to press it down. At the same time, you're not holding it too loose that everything falls down. Okay, you're giving the right amount of pressure and you're holding sand. Will it stay in your hand or will it fall down? It will not fall down. It will stay in your hand. So therefore, you see in a simple example of holding loose sand, what happens? When you put too much pressure, it all comes out. When you don't put any pressure, it's anyhow gone. Okay, but when you give the right amount of grip and pressure, the sand will stay in your hand for a long time. So similarly, in our life, it is very important to regulate our activities. Give it what it requires. Okay, give enough sleep, give enough food, give enough recreation. Of course, you must work. You must also work limitedly. It's not like you keep working and you forget the rest of your activities. No, everything should be regulated. Regulation is the key for success. Now, you look at this picture here. This is actually a guitar. Okay, a person is trying to string a guitar. You see these strings? They are there on a guitar. If the string, how many of you have such musical instruments at home where you play these instruments, stringed instruments? Anybody?
Me, Mataji.
Okay. So can you tell me, when you string your guitar very loose, like it's shown in this picture, can you play on it? Do you get any sound from it?
No.
No. When it's too tight, what do you think would be the side effect of that string? When you really tighten it up so hard.
It'll break. It'll be really scratchy.
And it will
break.
Break, yes, it will break. If your tension is too high, it will break. But when you put the right amount of tension, when you tighten it to the right extent, then when you pluck your string, it produces a beautiful sound. So therefore, the string on the guitar and the sand in the hand, both of us teach us something very important. That whatever activities we do, we should give the right amount of time and pressure to it. Okay? You do too much of it, it's going to get overwhelming. Like the person who ate up all the sweets is going to feel sick. If you do too less, if you sleep too less, or if you probably work too less, it's not going to be a good sign. You have to work as much as it is required. You must sleep as much as you can feel fresh. Okay? So this is very important, just like sand in the hand or string in a guitar. So always make life regulated. An example of good regulated eating that is given in scriptures is to accept prasadam. The idea is food that is offered to Krishna is in the mode of pure goodness. It is directly touched by Krishna. Okay? Not only is it sattvic, not only is it in the mode of goodness, but it goes to the extent of being in the mode of pure goodness, because it is mixed with Krishna's saliva, in the sense it is Krishna's remnants. Okay? So by accepting prasadam, there is a very good chance of your habits being regulated. What you accept, what you eat, everything becomes regulated. Not only that, another method of regulating eating is like fasting on special days like Ekadashi. Now on Ekadasi, you may not be able to, some people can fast fully, but there are some people who cannot fast fully. That's okay. You can take what is recommended on Ekadasi. Like you can take fruit and vegetable products and you'll be fine. Okay? So regulated eating helps controlling our senses. When our senses are controlled and when we are put in the mode of goodness, most of the time, it is easy to practice devotional service. So that is the idea of regulated eating or regulated sleeping or work or recreation. When things are regulated, it is easy to practice bhakti. Otherwise, our focus is on that subject matter, whether it is work or recreation. We are always thinking about it all the time. We are not able to concentrate on Krishna when we don't regulate these habits. Now, there is another example that can be given. So how many of you cook in this class? How many of you cook? Anyone has tried cooking?
Me, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your favorite preparation?
I couldn't hear that. What?
What is your favorite preparation?
Mac and cheese.
Huh?
Burritos.
Burritos. You make good burritos?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are the things you put in your burritos? You put beans, avocado, salsa, rice. Rice, okay.
Sour cream.
And sour cream, okay. Guacamole?
Yeah. Cheese.
Cheese, okay. So, when you prepare, let's say, your rice, okay. When you're preparing your rice, what are the ingredients you add in it?
Wait. We add
Okay, I don't want to put you in a spot. Okay, tell me something that you just make by yourself independently without mom's interference. Something independent.
sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Okay. So how do you make it? What are the ingredients you put in your sandwich?
Tomatoes. What is it? Cucumbers. No, not cauliflower. What is it? Lettuce. Lettuce. And yeah, cheese.
Okay. And then chutney. Okay. Ready-made chutney. Okay. Okay. So how do you bring out the flavor of the vegetables in your sandwich? I know sandwich is a tricky question, but how do you bring out the flavor in your sandwich?
You put spices in it and salt.
Yeah, you put spices and salt. So, in any preparation that you make, salt becomes a very important ingredient. Okay, anything you make, you need salt. Anything you cook, other than the sweet dishes. Okay. Of course, sweet dishes, sometimes people like to add a pinch of salt. That's a totally different story. But in most of the items that you prepare, you would add salt in your food, right? Now, it is the salt that brings out the flavor in any dish. Okay, be it the vegetables that you have cooked, or be it the roti or the rice or whatever it may be, or be it your guacamole or salsa. It is the salt that brings out flavor in your dish. Now, if the salt is too much, just because you have a box of salt from the grocery store and you put everything in it, how would it taste? How would your salsa taste?
Salty.
Salty, yeah. And if salt is too less, will your salsa taste good?
No.
No. Salt is a very important ingredient, and salt has to be put in the exact amount. Okay? If it's too less, there is a problem. If it is too much also, there is a problem. It has to be perfect. Only then you will get the best taste out of your whatever you are cooking. So therefore, salt should be moderate and it should be regulated. So similarly, our activities should also be like salt. We should be very regulated. We should know exact amount how to put. Overdo it, problem. Do it too less, then also there is a problem. Just like you salt your food. Okay? So keep this in mind. Next time when you use salt, remember this. Whatever activities I do, I should be regulated like salt. Okay? So let's see Prabhupada's schedule. What did he do to have a regulated life? Now this is interesting. This was Srila Prabhupada. He was an empowered personality. Okay, just let's take some inspiration from him. Let's see how he lived his life. At 7 o'clock, Prabhupada greeted the deities. At 7:15, he was in Guru Puja. Then he attended class. Precisely at 12 o'clock, he would take bath, he would sit, chant Gayatri, and it was time for lunch. It had to be right on time and served hot. He was very particular about it. Then he would nap for 10 to 12 minutes, not more. He would get up and have an afternoon of either continuing correspondence or receiving guests. And if they were neither to do, he would have an open darshan and then the evening program. Around 9 p.m., he would stop everything. For 15-20 minutes without fluctuation, he would go to a room and sit with a harmonium, sing and fix his mind upon the glorification of Krishna and his devotees through the songs of Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and our great Vaishnava Acharyas. At 9:15 to 9:20 p.m., the lights would go out. At 11:15 to 11:20 p.m., after 2 hours of rest, the lights would go on in his room and he went to wash his face and cleanse his teeth, and then another table light would go on. That was the table where he would sit and do his translation work. From 11:30 p.m. until 4 a.m. in the morning, he would do his translation work for 4.5 hours every night. He had 4 or 5 large books with the commentaries of the Acharyas spread out on his big table. He would run his finger across the pages with his spectacles on and go through each commentary, pull out the dictaphone and dictate the Bhaktivedanta purports back and forth. He would rewind and listen, and he would do his editing. After 4.5 hours, he would go, take bath, sit down, and his same table, he would chant his japa. While we were having Mangalarti, he would chant his japa. At 6 o'clock in the morning, he would go out for his morning walk and then attend the greeting of the deities at 7 a.m. If we went to another place in another time zone, he was right on the same schedule the next day. It didn't matter what the time zone was, it was his regulation. And this dedication was to provide the Bhaktivedanta purports for all of us. So whatever we have today, whatever gifts we have today of Krishna consciousness, today we are gifted with so much knowledge of scriptures. Where is all this coming? It's all coming because of Prabhupada's mercy. And look at the regulation of Prabhupada. This is how regulated he was. He was a living example of regulation. Okay? Whatever he did, he was perfectly regulated in that. So we should all aim for this. Okay? Of course, Prabhupada is the topmost standard, but we all try to aim. We try to regulate our activities and make the best use of time. Time is very precious, so it is very important for us to regulate whatever we do. Now, regulation doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop with eating, sleeping, work and recreation. It doesn't stop there. Regulation is also with the mind. Mind is the most difficult to control. So therefore, the pinnacle of regulation is actually in the mind. For that, let's see the story of Kichor Gopinath. Okay. So you might have all heard about Madhavendra Puri. He was a great acharya in our line, in our Guru Parampara. This Madhavendra Puri, he had installed a deity of Gopal in Vrindavan. And he had to bring sandalwood from Puri for the deity in Vrindavan. Okay. So he set out to Puri Dham, Jagannath Puri. He set out to Jagannath Puri to go and bring sandalwood for his deity Gopal that was there in Vrindavan. Okay. So when the Madhavendra Puri was going towards Jagannath Puri, at that time he stopped at a place by the name Remuna. In this Remuna, there was a beautiful temple. And the deity in Remuna was by the name Gopinath, as you see on the screen. This is the deity in the temple of Remuna. He is the one who later came to be celebrated as Kichor Gopinath. So his name was Gopinath, and Madhavendra Puri visited this deity. When Madhavendra Puri went to this temple, he asked the pujari of that temple about the worship that they offer to this Gopinath. So he was just inquiring, what is your worship? How do you worship your deities? What kind of offerings do you do for your deities? What do you offer to him in the morning? What does he eat in the afternoon? What are the evening offerings? How do you take care of him? Please tell me. So Madhavendra Puri was asking all this to the Pujari, and the Pujari was excitedly explaining everything to Madhavendra Puri. Then the Pujari told something very interesting. The Pujari told the speciality of Gopinath is actually in the special bhoga that we offer for Gopinath. Gopinath eats a very special kheer. It's often called as Amrit Keli because it tastes like nectar. It is made with the best of condensed milk, sugar and rice. Nowhere else such a wonderful kheer is ever offered to any deity in the world. Gopinath gets the best kheer on planet Earth. Okay? And Pujari said this kheer is so special that it is offered in 12 small mud pots. Okay? Clay pots. Clay pots or mud pots. So they have 12 small clay pots and they fill this kheer in that and they offer it to Gopinath, and Gopinath relishes it very, very happily, and we all partake that bhoga as prasadam. So the Pujari was explaining the speciality of their temple. Every temple has a special thing about it. They have a special offering that they have for the deity. This particular temple's speciality was the kheer that they made for Gopinath. So when Madhavendra Puri was hearing all this, he was so happy. And exactly at that moment, there was another Pujari who got these 12 pots of kheer and he kept it in front of Gopinath as soon as this Pujari finished explaining. Now Madhavendra Puri was looking at the altar and he was seeing these 12 small pots of kheer and he was thinking in his mind, how nice it would be if I could taste this kheer. I could make a similar offering to my Gopal in Vrindavan. Okay? He was thinking about his Gopalji and he was thinking, if I taste this kheer, I can make a similar offering, because if you taste, you'll know how it's made, right? You'll know what are the ingredients when you taste. So he was thinking in his mind, how I wish I could taste this so that I can make the exact same preparation for Gopal and Gopal will be very happy. So he was thinking like this. And then he stopped his thoughts and he thought, what an offense I made. Gopinath has not yet tasted the kheer and already mentally I have started desiring to taste it. So he thought it's a big offense, because generally we take prasadam only after the bhoga is offered, right? Krishna has to first taste the bhoga, then we take the prasadam, right? So he was thinking in his mind, oh my God, mentally I am imagining about the taste of this kheer even before Gopinath has honored it. What a great offense. And he walked away. So he went to the nearby woods and he went to sleep that day night. But it so happened that day night, this Gopinath, he appeared in the dream of the Pujari and he instructed the Pujari saying that I have actually stolen a pot of kheer from the 12 pots that you kept. I stole one pot of sweet rice and I kept it with me behind my garment so that you can go and give it to Madhavendra Puri. So Gopinath was so sweet. He was so concerned about Madhavendra Puri. So what did he do? He stole a pot of sweet rice or kheer just for the sake of Madhavendra Puri. So he appeared in the dream of the Pujari and he instructed the Pujari to wake up, take that pot, go and give it to Madhavendra Puri, who is sleeping nearby in the forest. Okay? So immediately the Pujari, he went, he opened the curtain, he went inside the altar, he took out this pot of kheer, he cleaned up the altar and he took this pot and he went running to Madhavendra Puri. And he started calling out, Madhavendra Puri, who is Madhavendra Puri here? I have this special pot of sweet rice just for you. Then Madhavendra Puri woke up and he asked, what happened? And the Pujari said, look, Gopinath stole this for you. That's why he's called as Kheer Chor. Kheer is sweet rice. Chor is one who steals. Chor is a robber. So therefore, he's celebrated as Kheer Chor Gopinath. Okay? So he stole this pot of sweet rice just for his devotee Madhavendra Puri, so that Madhavendra Puri could taste that preparation and make the same preparation for his Gopalji. So we see in these examples how Madhavendra Puri was very regulated, not only in his actions, but also in his mind. It is a very small, if you look at it, even Gopinath didn't take it offensively, okay? But it's actually an offense to start, thinking about relishing the preparation before the Lord has honored it. This was something in the mind of Madhavendra Puri. He was thinking, I did a mistake. So he was trying to regulate his mind. You see how the regulation is just not external. It also means as you perform, as you execute regulation of your external senses, the internal senses should also be regulated. Okay, so Madhavendra Puri was trying to exhibit this principle that it is not enough if I just regulate my actions. I should also regulate my mind, how I think, what I think for Krishna. All this should be regulated. So therefore Madhavendra Puri felt guilty. And because he felt guilty, Gopinath really relished the rasa. Gopinath felt very happy about his devotee, and Gopinath arranged for this kheer to be given to Madhavendra. Okay? So in this example, we see the regulation of mind. It's very important to keep our minds regulated. We can't just let our minds go in all directions and think of all nonsense. It should be very well regulated, just like our actions. So, let's go back to the verse. Anyone wants to give it a try?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I try?
Yes, Sastra.
Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yuktva swapana bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha.
Very good. Go ahead, Nanda.
Yuktahara viharasya yukta chetasya karmasu mama bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha.
Very good, Nanda. Thank you.
Ashutosh.
Yes, Ashutosh.
Yuktahara viharyasya yukta chesta karm asu yukta swapana bodhyasya yoga bhavati dukkha.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Ashutosh. Anmol?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Yuktahara viharasya yukta chetasya karmasu yukta swapna bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha.
Very nice. Thank you so much. And you, Sai with us. Please go ahead. Sai with us. Okay, Krishna.
Yuktahara viharasya yuktakesh swakarmasu yukta swapna bodhasya yoga bhavati dukkha.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Krishna. Okay, anyone else would like to try? Okay. Then we can end the call and we'll meet you again with another verse from Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, it was very, very beautiful class and very nice examples, Mataji. The string example of guitar and salt, very nice sand example, such a nice examples, Mataji. Salt, everything such a so nicely well worked. I just want to say thank you, Mataji, such a beautiful verse.
Thank you. It's all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Just use Prabhupada's examples. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Mataji. So we can then end the call. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhyaścha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vranda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all the Madhava kids ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. All glories to all of you. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you Mataji.
Thank you.